What's up, guys? This is TampaTec, and this is a monitor from a video arcade that I'm fixing for a friend. We're gonna open it up. Right now it's not working. Hopefully we can get it working. So let's find out what's wrong with it. So it is getting power, but there's no picture. It's not turning on. Kind of weird looking, right? It's a video arcade game. I don't know which one. Let me hit these buttons. Nothing, 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 nothing. It doesn't do anything. You hear that? Alright, so we're gonna check the power supply. So right now I got my multimeter and push that all the way in. Let's put it in AC mode and see if we got voltage coming in. Yeah, we got voltage coming in, so the power cable is good. And I'm gonna put my black lead on a ground screw right here and see if we got voltage going to the capacitor. And we do on both ends, I believe. Yeah, and then right here at this diode. And then right here it says should read 12 volt. No, we're not getting 12. Oh, that's going to be DC. So it converts AC to DC, and like the output is DC. So let's go ahead and put the ground. All right, my negative probe right here on the ground screw closest to where I'm testing. And this says 12V, 12 volt. So let me go ahead and touch that. Oh, well, look, it's hiccuping. It's reading, it's jumping. The voltage is going on, off, on, off, on, off. That's usually an indicator of a bad voltage regulator or capacitor. And it, look, see how I'm getting voltage? It's like 11 volts and it drops to 0. See that? That's an indicator letting you know that either the voltage regulator is bad or the capacitors are bad, because capacitors actually store energy to kick on the circuit. And so if the capacitor is bad, it's not going to actually store that energy to kick on the TV. And the TV will try to kick on, but it won't because of bad capacitor or voltage regulator. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to check these capacitors. I can tell you right now, this is flat, and this one's flat, this one's swollen, and this one's swollen. So yeah, my guess, I'm going to replace all these capacitors in the circuit, even this one. Might as well, right? Taking the circuit out, taking the circuit board out, might as well replace it. So we're going to replace all the capacitors on this board. Even though these are probably the only ones that are bad, we're going to replace all of them for, you know, preventive maintenance measure, so it doesn't go bad like in the future anytime soon. And so this right here looks like that could be the voltage regulator. It's usually on a heat sink. But I would say that is good. It's usually a bad capacitor if it's an older, you know, monitor. It says right here, 2021, so it's only a few years old. Let's go ahead and unplug it. And unplug this and this. And that. Squeeze that and push it through. Alright, got it out. So now I can just spin this around. So we're going to replace all these capacitors. When you're trying to fix something and then you're using your tool to fix something, and then you got to fix the tool first before you use it to fix something else. So now I got to try to fix this. I had to remove the leaky battery and clean all that up. Clean that out with 99% alcohol. And you can actually read it in circuit with this one. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me go ahead and turn off that light right there. So, and we have it powered right here, bypassing the battery compartment. Got it powered using the micro USB cable. And so, using this as a reference, this is a 680 microfarad capacitor. This is the one I'm gonna switch with. And so this is reading 0.09, basically 0.1. It's reading. Should read kind of low resistance. And then this one is also 680 microfarads. Put our negative right here on the negative side of the capacitor, which is the stripe side. And then this one goes right here on the positive side. Make sure they're not shorting out. 17 ohms. That's way too high. So the resistance is way too high. If you're reading capacitance, then of course the higher the, that's going to be good. But if you're reading the ohms resistance, then that's not good. So we're getting 17.1 ohms, way too high, out of range, and so it's definitely, without a doubt, bad. And when you pull it out of the circuit board, always make sure the negative faces the negative on the circuit board, because sometimes they might mess up the printing the board, and sometimes it's actually reversed. It's very rare, but sometimes it happens. So this one right here, I don't know if you can read that or not. "47 microfarads, 100 volts. It's flat on top. And so this one right here is the closest one I have. Is 100 microfarads, 100 volts. And the power supply, you could do that. It should work. So I'll put the stripe side, the gray stripe side, toward the shaded negative side on the board. And that's right here, and then it goes right here. We'll solder that later. Let's do this one right here. And this one is 35 volts, 240 microfarads. 35 volt, 470 microfarads. Next, these are definitely bad. Okay, 680 microfarads, 16 volts. 500 piece capacitor set, 360 piece capacitor set, 300 piece capacitor set. I have over 1,000 capacitors here, and I don't have the right one. How is that possible? 680 microfarads. Oh, here it is. So I got it over here. 680 microfarads, 25 volts. You could go up on the voltage. It just means the higher voltage can pass through the capacitor, which is actually a better thing. But the value should be around the same, maybe slightly higher. But in a power circuit, it could be recommended. Actually, the same value microfarads is recommended, and then you could do the same voltage or higher. But in a power circuit, you can get away with slightly above microfarads. Like, so if this was like 680 microfarads and I don't have that capacitor, I could probably get away with putting 1,000 microfarads capacitor in a power circuit. But in a logic board, probably not. All right, so let's go ahead and put that in, the gray stripe side toward the shaded negative side on the board. There we go. And then now we gotta replace this one too. I love that tool, so awesome. 680 microfarads, 16 volt once again. And here we go. 680 microfarads, 25 volt. good. Put that in there. Even though I have over 1,000 capacitors, this is the one I don't have. So let's go ahead and take it out of circuit. So it should read 33 megafards. Put this on. Let's read it right here. Yeah, this one's a little low. I'm gonna have to find it. Just a problem. This is 26 and this is 33. Definitely need to replace it. This one would work, actually. Let's try that. And so it goes on. I gotta reverse it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reverse that. So bend the legs the other way. Do it nice and slow so it doesn't break. Here we go. I think I got everything. I believe I soldered all the solder joints. I need. So last, and just plug in the LED bezel. And let's go ahead and put everything back in order. That's it. And there's buttons, I think, somewhere around here. Oh, it works! I got a signal. It's in Japanese. Let me turn off the light so you guys can see. See? It works. But it's in Japanese. So I don't know how to, like, look. It does work. It actually fixed something. So I'm using an AtGames Blast device. It has a bunch of retro games on it. And so we're gonna test that out just for like to see if it has video. All right, plug that in. And let's see, lift it up. And we do. We have a good picture actually. Yeah, so we got a good picture. It looks good. Very cool. Let me go ahead and send it to the customer. So these are the capacitors that are bad. Mainly the swollen ones. It's hard to see, but this one is puffy on top. Sometimes it could leak on the bottom too. So hopefully this video helped you out and it was informative. If it was, give me a big thumbs up. And if you want more tech videos like this coming your way, subscribe and hit that bell notification to stay updated on the latest tech videos. And share this video to anyone that's interested in fixing LCD screens. Thanks guys for watching. And if you're interested in a great troubleshooting guide, check out TV Parts Today. They have a great TV repair wizard. That link will be in the video description.